Many of my previous videos have been about the creatures. Now I bring you the SCP buildings. These buildings carry a disturbing backstory and a malicious past. For those who do not know what the SCP Foundation is, the SCP Foundation is a secret organization entrusted by governments around the globe to contain and study anomalous individuals, entities, locations, objects, and phenomena that defy natural law. SCP objects, if left uncontained, pose a threat to humans, or at very least, to humanity's sense of reality and normalcy. The SCPs are separated into 6 classes: Safe, Explained, Neutralized, Thaumiel, Keter, and Euclid. Keter class objects are anomalies that pose a serious threat to the safety of the Foundation personnel and the rest of mankind. Euclid class objects are anomalies that are either insufficiently understood or inherently unpredictable. I will be covering 3 SCP buildings under the 2 most dangerous classifications of Euclid and Keter. SCP-1171, also known as Burmount House. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-1171 is currently occupied by a doctor that wishes to remain anonymous. The doctor has established a false identity as a technical writer. A tall wall has been erected around the backyard, and an anomalous window visible from the front of the house has been fitted with shutters. For security, several agents have moved in under the disguise of lodgers. 1171 is a 2-story house in Queensland, Australia. It was built in 1958 and has been owned by several families, most of whom reported no unusual activities. The anomalous properties 1171 manifests on various windows of the house. Regardless of relative humidity, a layer of condensation is continuously formed on the window panes. The source of the moisture is yet unknown. An entity, hereby referred to as SCP-1171, communicates by writing in the condensation as though it was running an appendage along the surface of the window. No biological traces have been discovered on the windows that can be attributed to 117-1. Two-way communication can be accomplished by writing back. 117-1 is apparently an inhabitant of another world calling itself Burmont. It claims not to be human and is actively hostile to humanity. It believes the doctor to be an entity similar to itself. The most recent owner, John Wertham, complained about ghosts, prompting investigation by civil authorities and eventually Foundation agents. Following the investigation, the house was purchased through a front organization and Mr. Wertham's memories altered. SCP-1983, also known as the Farmhouse. Object Class: Keter. Outpost 54 has been built on the land surrounding SCP-1983 and disguised as a chemical plant. The plant building serves as a barracks for a group known as the Course Boys. All entry points into Outpost 54 are to be guarded at all times. All MTF personnel must profess strong religious beliefs. All ammunition stocked must have a silver or silver-tipped projectile. A 24-hour watch is to be maintained on the front door of 1983 at all times. Guards are to engage any instances of 1983-2 on site. No personnel is to approach within 5 meters of 1983 outside of scheduled testing protocol. SCP-1983 is a 1-story farmhouse in Platte County, Wyoming. It was abandoned in 1968 after a series of ritual murders allegedly performed by a satanic cult. The front door of 1983, when open, appears to contain a spatial anomaly. Neither matter nor light has been observed to exit the doorway, save for instance of 1983-2, a black humanoid. 1983 is accessible through other entrances, including windows, the back door, and entrances cut into the back of 1983. However, the front room does not appear to exist inside of 1983, Doors that should lead to the front room instead lead to other doors inside the building. Measurements of the inside and outside of 1983 are inconsistent. Holes cut through the interior walls of 1983 that should lead to the front room lead instead to the outside walls around the front of 1983, but stop 3 meters on either side of the doorway. Attempts to drill into the front door of 1983 from the outside have led to exposure of small portions of the anomaly, though instances of SCP-1983-2 have been observed to exit them. Further attempts to breach the wall have been forbidden due to the possibility of allowing increased potential for the instances of SCP-1983-2 to appear. SCP-1983-2 are bipedal creatures approximately 1.8 meters tall. They are vaguely humanoid and entirely black in color. They are highly aggressive and will engage any human on sight. When an instance of black humanoids come into contact with the human, they extend an upper limb into the human's chest cavity, without any apparent damage to skin or tissues. Through unknown means, they then extract the heart, killing the human. Once it has acquired a human heart, the instances of black humanoids will return to 1983. Silver ammunition fired while offering prayer is the only known method of killing the black humanoids. The precise form of the prayer or religion of the person does not appear to matter, so long as the prayer is sincere. Once killed, the bodies of the black humanoids appear to evaporate, leaving a small layer of sulfur. 1983 was discovered after a series of mysterious deaths in the vicinity of Platte County, Wyoming. Foundation investigators encountered instances of the black humanoids and were able to trace them back to 1983. SCP-002, also known as the Living Room. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-002 is to remain connected to a suitable power supply at all times, to keep it in what appears to be a recharging mode. In case of electrical outage, the emergency barrier between the object and the facility is to be closed and the immediate area evacuated. Once facility power is re-established, alternating bursts of X-ray and ultraviolet light must probe the area until SCP-002 is reaffixed to the power supply and returned to recharging mode. Containment area is to be kept at negative air pressure at all times. Teams including a minimum of 2 members are required within 20 meters of SCP-002 or its containment area. Personnel should maintain physical contact with one another at all times to confirm there is another person present, as perception may be dulled, skewed, or influenced by proximity to the object. No personnel below level 3 are permitted within 002. This requirement may be waived via the written authorization from 2 off-site level 4 administrators. Command staff issued such a waiver must be escorted by at least 5 level 3 security personnel for the duration of their contact and must temporarily surrender their rank and security clearance. Following contact, command staff will be escorted at least 5 kilometers from 002 to undergo a 72-hour quarantine and psychological evaluation. If deemed fit for return to duty by psych staff, rank and security clearance may be restored when quarantine expires. SCP-002 resembles a tumorous, fleshy growth with a volume of roughly 2,000 feet. An iron valve hatch on one side leads to its interior, which appears to be a standard low-rent apartment of modest size. One wall of the room possesses a single window, though no such opening is visible from the exterior. The room contains furniture upon close examination appears to be sculpted bone, woven hair, and various other biological substances produced by the human body. All matter tested thus far show independent or fragmented DNA sequences for each object in the room. To date, 002 has been responsible for the disappearance of 7 personnel. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to check me out on Twitter